Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to start just as from the process, the starting point that you would as somebody who's bidding on the co-op, which is on our co-op landing page. You may also have received an email from us with a PDF attached describing the request for proposal opportunities there. On the landing page itself for our Miami co-op, in this case, this installers tab on bottom beneath the photo is going to link to the information about the RFP. And you can just see we've just linked the file itself here for easy reference if you need to get back to it. For both of these, because this is a new system, these links are the same right now. We've got some changes to make to our system, but it's going to pull up the PDF that describes the opportunity, which hopefully you've had a chance to take a look at. If not, we definitely recommend you doing that as you prepare your bid for the group. At the top, just describing that this is a new process. I'm going to come back to this link in a minute, but I just want to draw your attention to the link for the actual RFP. This software is set up so that we can create unique links for each RFP opportunity that we release, no matter what state program we're in. So we're going to link that in each of these announcement documents. And that's going to take you to this particular opportunity. So you can see that there is a description of the group that you are going to be providing a proposal for, as well as some helpful links to the proposal itself. So this first link here is going to go to that PDF that I already showed you. There's going to be some submission help for using this software as well, which I'll come to in a minute. And then just an announcement about this training, which you've all joined right now. So this is the sort of the landing page for the RFP. The most important thing on this page after you've read that is to just click on the right here for continue to log in. And if you've already used this software before, you can go ahead and use your existing login to log in to the application and respond. If you're new, you're going to register, and I'm going to show that process right now. The registration process is really just some basic info on the company, and this is just making sure that we, in the RFP360 platform, have some information about you so that you can reuse your responses and that we know how to contact you in the case we have questions about your bid in the future. Oops. Yeah. One thing that kind of trips people up is the scroll here. You can notice you have to scroll down to the bottom to be able to get to the information. I'm going to go ahead and just pick the password being suggested. Feel free to make up whichever one you like. Terms and conditions, and then register. Once that registration is received, you have to actually go and do the confirmation, just like every other product that you probably used online. So I'm going to do that right now on my phone, just so I don't move away from this screen, and I'm going to go ahead and confirm my email address for this. Once you've got that email confirmation and you put your password in, I'm going to go ahead and add that password since I'm going to need it again. And bear with me for just a second, because I'm going to need to actually put that in through my email after all, because it's going to ask me for that information. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm that. I'm going to confirm the email address I just used. And the password that was provided. That's a one-time step. Once you are in that environment, and I'm going to come back here to the share screen. Bear with me just a second. So now that I've confirmed the password and be able to get into that, you can go ahead and log into the application. I'm just going to do a quick check with my team. This is all still visible, right? Everybody's able to see this. since I was switching back and forth.
Yes.
Great. Okay. On the left-hand side, you can see right now this part, which we've provided some feedback to the RFP360 folks on this, but right now the indication of where to go is a little unclear. So we put that in the help document, but you're going to be able to click on this My Invitations link at the top. If you come over here, you can also see it on the left at the bottom. And the invitations is really your way of getting into that RFP for the first time. You can see that the Miami-Dade opportunity is listed here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And the same description is listed, but we're going to go ahead and click on this orange button on the right that says Get Started. Once that invitation is accepted, we'll see that you've accepted it and that you're working on the RFP, which is helpful for us to know that you've expressed interest. And at this point, these questions should look pretty similar, if not the same, to the ones that you answered if you've bid on one of our groups in the past using the response template. They're just in a format that allows you to respond directly here. So for each one of these questions, you'll see on the left that we have sections built out much the same way as you would see that in that Word doc response template in the past. And each one of those sections is going to have a number of questions, which should be similar. Your response is text-based. It's going to go into this box here. I'm going to just indicate, this is a little hard to see for folks, but it's useful as bottom right-hand side. If you click, just hover over this little corner, you can actually make this box bigger. That's also in the help document that we provided, but just want to make sure that people see that. And then also on the right, you'll see this box that says Save to Knowledge Library. When that box is checked to yes, your responses are going to get saved so that you can reuse them later for a future RFP. Each one of those questions, you're going to go and respond and hit Save and Complete as you work your way through the RFP. Most of the ones that I would imagine would change on a regular basis are going to be the ones in sections 1 and 2, with 3 and maybe 4 and 5 on the left here, and the additional questions probably largely staying the same after you've answered them once, since they're about your company and your reputation, your size, and things of that nature. And that's essentially it as far as responding. You will notice that if you're making changes here, so just going to do one of these. Having fun typing today. And I'm going to go ahead and hit Save and Complete. Let's say you've done that, you've responded to a question, you can see there's your response, but you realize you actually want to make a change to it. To do that, you just have to mark it here as unapproved, and that'll let you continue to respond. And then Save and Complete again. So you'll continue that all the way through until all the questions are complete. The ones that are marked as required, it will require you to answer them, obviously, and then you should be able to use the button up on the upper left hand here to submit. You can see here I only answered one question, so it is telling me I have a whole lot more questions to answer, which I'm not going to do at the moment while we're doing this demo. But once all of those questions are answered and we've got all the information that's expected, you will be able to actually go and submit the RFP, and that'll alert us that it's been submitted, and we'll be able to take a look. And we may come back and have additional questions, like sometimes we do with our RFPs. But at that point, we will have your submission and be able to read through it and share it with members of the selection committee. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit stop recording here now. That's what we wanted to show you directly, and we'll open it up for questions for folks. Let's just go ahead and do that.
I have a question.